Hey guys, it's John Hancock here. I've lost my voice. Bear with me while I try to protect my algorithm. What's going on, guys? Cameron here with Canadian Gamer coming at you with another video. Just a quick video here. Bit of a VR response. There's a few in the gaming community here that have posted kind of a rash of videos, basically $100 challenge. Basically, if you had $100, $100 bill, and you could only buy games for a certain console with that $100 bill, what games would you get? You can't go over the $100, and you have to kind of get creative. So what I've done here, a bit of a video response to Megadan29. With my $100, these are the games that I have selected for the Super NES. If you guys enjoy this video, I can do a follow-up video for the NES and the Sega Genesis as well. Now, I'm not really going to go in great detail or depth regarding each game. I'm just going to quickly go through what I've chosen. And if you guys want to sound off in the comments below, have at it. Now, I tried to be sort of eclectic with the games I chose here, because you got to remember, you have $100. No, you're not going to go out and buy fucking Donkey Kong Country 2 and all the big heavy hitters, because you're only going to be able to buy like 2 games. So I tried to select some, I don't know if obscure, some of them are kind of obscure, but some of them, the cheaper titles. But not only that, but games that have somewhat excellent replay value. Because I think if you had $100 to spend and no more than $100 and you had to be creative with it, wouldn't you want to get a few games that have some decent replay value? So the other thing I want to mention too, pricecharting.com, that's where we're getting these prices from. I gotta say, Dan, if you're watching this, yeah, I'm not really on board with the prices on this website. It's not jiving, man. It doesn't make any sense. The loose cart price for these games is BS. You'll never find a lot of these games for the price that they're showing on this website. So that's just my 2 cents. I know we're just sort of having fun here, so it's moot point, but you guys will see in a minute when I show you the prices. So I almost cheated. I ran out of money. I came up to $96 and I couldn't find another game to fit on the list. So I'll show you the games I chose, and at the very end I'll show you the other game, if I could substitute one of the games I chose for this game, just to give you an idea. So the first game I chose was Basson's Black Bass. Now this is showing loose price $14.15. Man, I used to rent this game quite a bit. I used to rent it, and then I'd take it back and I'd rent it again, and I'd rent it again, and I'd rent it again. If you haven't played Basson's Black Bass, that's a mouthful. Again, it's by Hot B, a great developer that created a lot of awesome fishing games. I've got one on the Genesis as well. This game is awesome. Can you remember that first lake where you lose your lure in the trees, and then you have to go out and make do with the other lures that you have, and sometimes you'd get lucky and you'd find other lures out in the water, and the fish look so real in this game. Love it, love it, love it. So the Basson's Black Bass. F-Zero, a great speed running game. If I only had $100 to spend, yeah, I would absolutely put F-Zero on the list. Endless replay value, incredible music in this game, and for $12.80, you'd be crazy not to have this in your collection. For $8.51, Ken Griffey Presents Major League Baseball. Man, this is one game that doesn't does it get enough love? I don't know. It was done by Rare, the same company that did Donkey Kong Country, right around the same time. Ken Griffey Presents Major League Baseball is an incredible deal if you could actually find this game for $8.51. I don't think that you could. Amazing baseball game. Another one that I used to rent all the time back in the day. Graphics are good. It's a 10 out of 10. It's like the perfect sports game. So that's on the list. Side Pocket Pool. I actually have this for the Genesis. It's a really fun game.
Again, I wanted to be a little bit eclectic on this list. I love me some pool. Price was right. Loose price $13.84, so we put that on the list. Vegas Stakes, one of my favorites. Have this one for the Game Boy. Vegas Stakes used to have it for the Super NES. Fantastic gambling game. Who could forget Cliff? You know, the opening cutscene, the limousine pulling up to the casino. You know, signing in with that felt tip pen, signing into your room, and then going down to the casino and playing the slots. And then you have all kinds of crazy characters walking up to you, people trying to get money off of you, winning lottery tickets, all the rest of it. A lot of moral choices, moral dilemmas in this game. So yeah, Vegas Stakes it. If you could pick it up for $2.69, abso-fucking-lutely. And that game was done by HAL, wasn't it? HAL Laboratory? And then we've got here for $10.70 loose. Funny enough, I found this game recently, sealed copy at my local retro gaming store. I think it was $40. And that's Wicked 18 Golf. I used to have this game on the Super NES back in the day. If you haven't played it, maybe not for everyone, but it's a fantastic golf game. So it takes basically the game of golf, but it throws everything out the window as far as your typical golf course is concerned. This thing has rocks in the sky, all kinds of crazy obstacles in your way, and I had so much fun as a kid playing Wicked 18, and for $10.70, I would absolutely want to have this in the collection. Interesting to note, Wicked 18 was also released, I think, on the Saturn, maybe the 3DO, and it was a totally different version of this game, completely different. And there are a couple other games that were released by True Golf as well that are in the same vein on the Super NES. And there were a couple on the Sega Genesis as well. I actually have Pebble Beach Golf, and it was done by True Golf as well, and it's very similar to Wicked 18, albeit it runs a bit smoother on the Genesis. Of course, the last two games, these are non-negotiable with CG. If I'm going to have a Super NES collection, these two games have to be in there regardless of the price. So for $17.50, we've got Out of This World, needs no introduction. And for $15.85, we have Flashback. So that brings us up to a grand total of $96.04. I could not find another game on price charting for the Super NES that was under $4. But what I did find, and I wanted to throw it on the list here, you know, if I were to substitute one of these games I just showed for this game here, Super Pinball Behind the Mask, $7.63. Again, I doubt you'd ever find it for that price out in the wild. Fantastic pinball game. Loved it as a child. The game did get a sequel. I don't know if it was released in North America or only in PAL territories, but yeah, if you haven't played it, it's actually really good. Super Pinball Behind the Mask, an amazing game for the Super NES. I'll just say it. If you're collecting, forget $100. If you're out there collecting for the Super NES and you haven't heard of Super Pinball Behind the Mask, go do yourself a favor and check it out right now. It's amazing. So that's going to do it for me. That's the $100 Super NES challenge. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you think of these games below. And yeah, we'll be talking.
Sorry for my voice going out. You take care.